Welcome to Paco the Realtor channel, where I talk about real estate, rants, and other things that can make our life really interesting.
Hey guys, this is Paco the Realtor, your friend in real estate. Yes, you have a friend in real estate. So, I want to introduce myself and I want to welcome you to my podcast. I have been doing Facebook videos on real estate for years now. If you look at, if you Google me, you'll find a lot of stuff, especially on social media, on Paco the Realtor. Videos in English and Spanish, but this is my first attempt into the actual podcast world here on iTunes and other mediums. A little about me is I am, like I said, Paco the Realtor, or Paco Licea. I've been a real estate broker for 15 years in the state of California. I'm currently president of the Inland Valley Association of Realtors, which is a local association in the city of Riverside, in between LA and San Diego County. I am a director with the California Association of Realtors, and I am really involved on the political side with the National Association of Realtors. So, what does this all mean to you? I am really vested in real estate. I don't just talk about it, I live it. It is how I make my money. You can talk to any of my clients and they will tell you that I am pretty real. Good, bad, and ugly, you will hear me say a lot. And that's what I hope to bring to this podcast. I hope to bring the good, the bad, and the ugly. I will not sugarcoat it. I will not make it seem pretty all the time, because that is BS. Oh, that's another thing. I tend to have a potty mouth, and I apologize ahead of time. It's not that I want to cuss. It's just it finds its way. It just finds its way in my vocabulary. So, what do I hope to accomplish? I hope to teach you the real part of real estate, not the watered down. This is going on the market. The market's always good. It's always a good time to buy, which, by the way, it is, depending on your situation. I hope to really bring to you the real part of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. How I'm going to do a lot of my podcasts is exactly the way I do my Facebook Lives. A lot of them off the cuff, a lot of interviews. A lot of it will be motivated by topics that I'm asked throughout the week. I have a section that I'm doing now called Ask Paco, and it has to do with all the questions I've been asked for the week, where I answer them. So it is very fluid. I don't have 100% set what I'm going to do before I start, because that's just the way I am and I live life. I'm going to tell you a lot about the frustrations of real estate. I'm going to tell you a lot about what people won't tell you. So let's start with that, right? All right. So first topic I'm going to choose to talk about in general is about the real estate process, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the frustrating parts, everything that comes with it. So let's start by saying, next to death and divorce, buying and selling a home is going to be one of the most stressful times of your life, period. I don't care how good your realtor is. You got to understand that there's a lot of things we cannot control. If you're looking to sell your home, I can control what I list it for, how I market, and I can control the eyeballs. I can't control the buyer, can't control the buyer's agent. I don't control their loan, the appraisal, the inspection. You got to think about this. In every transaction, there's a lot of people involved, right? Buyer, seller, listing agent, buyer's agent, lender, appraiser, inspector, escrow, title, insurance, termite, home warranty, insurance companies. I think I already said that, insurance companies. It only takes one of them to screw up to screw the whole thing up. I can give you countless stories of times escrows did not go as planned and we did everything right. Right now, my brother's in one. He's buying a new development. How hard can that be? 2 weeks behind escrow. He's living with my parents because he has nowhere to go. He already turned in where he used to live. You have no control over the overall process. It sucks. Buying and selling is emotional. You are emotionally attached to that property, whether you buy it or selling. That sucks. It is an emotional roller coaster. When things are going great, you love the process. When things are going to crap, you freaking hate the process and are looking at somebody to blame. And often we get the questions, why? And you know what answer you're going to get from me? It just is. You're not going to like it. You're going to bitch. You're going to complain. We're always looking to blame somebody. It just is. Inspector goes out and finds something we didn't know about. It just is. Appraiser goes out there and the house appraises $4,000 below. It just is. Buyer has a great loan, great down payment. They send verification of employment and find out that a lot of the money he's making is from commissions. He hasn't had the commissions for a year. Can't count it as income. He no longer qualifies to buy the home. I can go on and on and on and on. You have to go in knowing you don't have control. On the other hand, you need to trust the realtor you are working with. That realtor better be your best friend. He better be your priest. If you're Catholic, confess to him. Tell him the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do not hide anything from him or her. He is there to be your problem solver. Guess what, guys? That is exactly what we are. We expect to go in knowing there's going to be a problem. You don't see my value until the shit hits the fan. And that is just the reality. You don't. When something goes wrong, it's my job to solve it. It's my job to find what the solution is. And guess what, guys? Sometimes that solution to that problem is walk away, and you don't want to hear it. I am here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Let me say that again. I am here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Accept that and we'll get along. Don't accept that, we're going to have problems. Now, not all realtors are created equal. You better do your homework. You better find out which ones you get along with, which ones you clash with. Interview them. You're going to have a lot of challenges in the purchase and the sale of a home. Tax implications, capital gains implications, financial incentives, financial unincentives. You better have those answers. If you don't worry. I got a CPA. I got an accountant. I got a lawyer. Who do you want to talk to? We're problem solvers. That is part of the process. If you don't know the answer, ask us. If I don't know the answer, I'll find it. If I don't have it, I'll find somebody who has it. Buying a house, buying the American dream is absolutely sexy and beautiful. Going through the process just absolutely can be a heart attack. That is normal. Absolutely 100% normal. I'm the guy who's paid to be unemotional and to tell you what you need to hear. Remember that. Now, one of the biggest things people ask is, should I buy or should I not buy living in the state of California? Well, first of all, it's obvious. Yes, you should buy because you do have a mortgage. It's either yours, you're either paying for yours or you're paying for the landlord's, but you're paying somebody's mortgage. So let's start with that. You got to have a piece of the American dream. You got to get your foot in the door. Here's the other thing about it, guys. By 2020, the state of California will have more tenants than homeowners for the first time in the history of California, according to the California Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors. So rents are only getting more expensive. So if you're going to pay a high rent, you might as well pay your own mortgage and get mortgage interest deduction. Now, what is that, Paco? That is the incentive. That is what Uncle Sam gives you back. So, guys, here's what I'm going to tell you. Go buy now before it's too late. They don't make any more land. In the state of California, it's less and less homes are being built. Not because we don't have land, because we got plenty of it, because the state of California makes it difficult for builders to build. Therefore, if it takes 3 to 5 years from the time I buy a land to the time I entitle it, to the time I get approved, and then the market has to be right before I build, the state of California just makes it so difficult. I love the state of California. I love the weather, love the people, love everything about it. I just don't love the politics and the fees that come with it a lot of the times. All right, guys? So there is my rant. My first ever rant on this podcast. This is what you're going to get a little taste of on everything from loans to appraisals to selling to investment properties, you name it. And it's all going to be from the common questions I get. So, send me some questions. Ask Paco. Subscribe to this. Let's have some fun with it. All right, guys. As always, this is Paco the Realtor, your friend in real estate. Tu amigo en bienes y raíces. Till next week, guys.
Hey, thank you so much for watching our videos. I appreciate it. If you really like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. We'll be putting out a lot of content on a weekly basis, which will be real estate related and a lot of stuff of just me ranting. So thank you. Remember, subscribe.